What's up, fam of Liberty, and also everyone else who's watching this video who isn't following our channel for some mystifying unknown reason? It's your new best friend, Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns since 2015. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time and or you're new to our channel, I know what you might be thinking, what with the t-shirt and the beard and all that, so let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck neo-Nazi illegal immigrant Elon Musk, fuck GOP politicians, fuck these limp dick Democrat politicians that aren't fighting for us tooth and nail, and also fuck the billionaires, wealth hoarders that have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Russian asset, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, or a sugar daddy, the world's biggest supervillain, thin-skinned, beta, bitch-made man-child from South Africa that nobody fucking elected. Now you know where I stand on things, so if you're still here and you're not frantically rage-typing into the comments box like a triggered snowflake who loves getting cucked by oligarchs, then maybe consider following the channel after you watch the video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Up front, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Sons of Liberty will be introducing the Fam of Liberty to a pair of streamers. One of them is a Marine veteran that introduced themselves at the Friday, March 14th march in Washington, D.C. Chance and Caesar are two young left-leaning content creators who I think a lot of you will enjoy getting to know and watching them thrive. Nobody ever gave me an opportunity to expand my reach when I was starting out. Hell, to this day, I think I've only been on like 1 or 2 live streams outside of Sons of Liberty. Anyway, I don't play selfish fuck games, and I want you all to tune in and check these guys out. And now, on with the show. We're living in the dumbest fucking timeline right now with the unbelievably mostest, dumbest government in history. Hillary Clinton gets pilloried in the press, and MAGA fuckface ass clowns put her emails. Y'all remember that shit? Of course you do. Unless you're a MAGA fuckface ass clown, and then 1984 Big Brother told you to forget what you were told to because they're too fucking stupid not to fuck things up themselves. And y'all Kool-Aid drinking Reich-wingers out there licking the Third Reich's boots are swallowing that load of bullshit. On March 15th of 2025, in what may go down as the most absurd security breach in modern U.S. history, the Trump administration's top national security officials accidentally included The Atlantic's editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg in a Signal group chat outlining airstrike plans against Houthi targets in Yemen. Yes, you heard me correctly. Someone in the administration, apparently operating with all the caution of a toddler holding a chainsaw, is what I saw it described as, accidentally looped in a journalist during the planning of a Middle Eastern military operation. Because when you think national security, you naturally think Signal group chat with a bunch of political appointees and one baffled reporter. The group chat, charmingly titled Houthi PC Small Group, as if they were putting together a plan for a company picnic, included couchfucker J.D. Vance, a.k.a. Vladimir Futon, Defense Secretary DUI hire Pete Hegseth, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Director of National Intelligence and Russian steward Tulsi Gabbard. Toss in a few more names like Trump advisor Stephen Miller, a.k.a. Pee Wee Himmler, Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, and some guy named Stephen Witkoff. Neither of those last two I can come up with any kind of cutesy little nickname just yet. And you've got a recipe for disaster. You've got a clown car of chaotic diplomacy that somehow managed to back itself into a ditch, flipped itself over, and then proceeded to go fuck itself. It got really dark outside because of a storm coming in, so I had to put on the little ring light, so that's why the lighting just changed. Although defense officials have repeatedly stressed that they're committed to being the most transparent in history, I'm pretty sure that's not what they actually meant. Hegseth's Chief of Staff, Joe Casper, announced an investigation that would refer people who leak classified national security to law enforcement agencies for criminal prosecution. Joe, does that mean that the defense secretary will have to be subjected to a polygraph the next time he uses Signal? I'm just asking. National Security Council spokesman Brian Hughes put out a statement that contains this nugget of intellectual gymnastics. The threat is a demonstration of the deep and thoughtful policy coordination between senior officials. Are you fucking kidding me, Brian? I know you work for fucking morons who were voted into office by fucking morons, but how dare you treat the rest of the country that stupidly? How dare you, sir? Jeffrey Goldberg found himself somehow roped in after someone impersonating National Security Advisor Michael Waltz added him to the group chat. Yes, you heard that correctly too. Someone impersonated the national security advisor and then got accepted into the chat. And what did Goldberg see once he was inside? Details about timing, targets, and weapons deployment, essentially the cheat codes to an active military strike. Now, it's worth repeating, this was not some mundane group chat about office lunches or whatever. This was a conversation about U.S. military strikes in Yemen. And Pete Hegseth had the audacity to reassure the group that they were 100% OPSEC. For someone who's spilling top secret war plans in front of a journalist, that's a fucking claim. Pete, buddy, I know the administration is keeping tabs on Big Sarge, so maybe y'all dumb motherfuckers need to go watch Big Sarge's OPSEC video. For those unfamiliar, OPSEC, which is short for Operational Security, is a military thing for keeping sensitive information out of enemy hands. It's basically limiting your access, security, and communications, and ensuring critical details like troop movements or attack plans aren't casually broadcast to anyone who happens to be in the room. You remember that old World War II poster, loose lips sink ships? That's OPSEC. Or in this case, at least not leaking them to journalists who's watching their group chat like somebody... I can't even fucking describe it. It's laughably fucking insane. The sheer incompetence of the group chat only gets more enraging the deeper that you go into this. At one point, guyliner wearing James Donald Bowman, aka Shady Vance, sounding like a guy too lazy to help move a couch when he's perfectly willing to fuck it instead, griped, "I just hate bailing out Europe again," to which Hegseth replies, "I fully share your loathing of European freeloading. It's pathetic," in all caps. No, Pete, what's pathetic in all caps is the level of incompetence that you have on display here. I mean, I always knew you were a fucking upward failing fuck up, and what with Tulsi Gabbard being Putin's new fuck toy, I already presumed that every halfway competent intelligence agency in the world has an almost real-time glimpse into what the White House and Pentagon are doing. But you take the cake, son. By claiming they were 100% OPSEC while Goldberg silently watches from the digital sidelines, Hegseth wasn't just wrong. He was practically begging to be included in the next edition of Cliff Notes' version of The Art of War for Dummies. But no, it did not end there. After the airstrikes commenced, Michael Waltz, or the person claiming to be Waltz, congratulated the group with a fist emoji, an American flag emoji, and a fire emoji, because nothing says carefully calculated military operation quite like someone texting. To top it all off, Marco Rubio jumps in with a hearty, "Good job, Pete," while Susie Wiles chimes in with a bubbly, "Kudos to all," as if they've just wrapped up a particularly satisfying bake sale. Look, fam, I was a military intelligence professional for much of my career, including working at the National Security Agency. Do you know what sort of hell would have rained down upon me if I'd done something like this? I'd be in fucking Leavenworth. This wasn't just a fuck up. It was a full speed nosedive into the pool of stupidity. This breach is unprecedented. It's a mix of stupid, piss-poor tech habits, amateur hour oversight, and blind confidence in being the most mediocre of white guys who was handed his job for being a fucking Fox News commentator because he hates liberals. And somehow, these whole fuck-ups managed to let a major journalist eavesdrop on their war plans. Now, the National Security Council admitted that the chat was real. They basically shrugged off any concerns by claiming that it didn't endanger troops or security, because when your intelligence failures play out like a rejected Brooklyn Nine-Nine script, what else can you say? Meanwhile, this is a slam dunk for Democrats. You can't possibly fuck this up! Except by doing nothing, which I guess there won't be any Harlem Globetrotter antics coming out of the party since most of them are feckless cowards. Democratic Representative Pat Ryan is basically done with this whole fucking clown show, describes it as FUBAR, which is a military acronym for fucked up beyond all recognition, and demands immediate hearings. I'm sure that'll go over well, considering any hearings would be on a Republican majority panel, and even if Democrats weren't engaging in their cuckold fetish like Chuck Schumer, even if they all magically voted the same, they still lost the 2024 election because of piss-poor messaging and a colossal failure to engage in messaging on Palestinian genocide. But I digress. Democrats demanding hearings will be a change from the utter fucking radio silence from most Democrats. But watch me predict that Democrats utterly fail to take full advantage of an opportunity to hammer this into the heads of the public anywhere close to the same extent that Republicans would have if this had been a member of the Biden team or Hillary's emails. Now, in the aftermath, Goldberg admits that he basically presumed that this was all some sort of disinformation campaign. And it was only when the airstrikes actually played out the way that had been described in the message that he realized that the Trump administration had texted him these live war plans. Meanwhile, fucking Hegseth's over there like high-fiving people about his OPSEC plans. And the DUI hire is like OPSEC this, OPSEC that, and nobody else except Goldberg understood that this was, I don't know, whiskey leaks. Like seriously, fucking Hegseth is practically high-fiving the chat about the level of OPSEC that he has. And by high-fiving, naturally, I mean downing an entire bottle of Lead Slinger's whiskey whilst trying to rape someone's wife. The thing that gets me about this whole entire debacle isn't the stupidity. It's the realization that this level of recklessness isn't new. Trump's administrations have a long-running tradition of handling national security like a fucking middle school group project. But yeah, tell me more about Hillary Clinton's emails, you stupid fucks. In the end, this whole thing feels that it's a tragic comedy. One where the characters are too delusional to realize that they've left the stage doors open for the fucking press to sit there and watch their rehearsals. And the press is like, this is gonna fucking suck. We don't even bother going to opening night. If this is Trump's idea of a secure military strategy, we should be grateful that the chat didn't end with, lol, let's bomb Tehran next. When you think about what incompetent idiots these chuckle fuck morons are, and I mean like just about the simple things like not having a fucking reporter in your Signal chat exposing you for being a dumbass. Conducting war plans on Signal may be the second greatest OPSEC violation in U.S. military history. The first being General Lee's lost order, Special Order number 191. You know, the order dropped on the muddy road and being found by Union soldiers. But the reason why they aren't going through secure channels is even more damning. It's to avoid documentation. Why aren't they using their government-assigned hardware? Why aren't they having these conversations in a SCIF or secure compartmented information facility? Why did they have the messages set to disappear shortly after being sent? That's right, Signal chats can be set to disappear after certain amounts of time. We use this feature heavily in the Sons of Liberty Signal group for this express purpose. Once these messages disappear, there's no record of them. They can't be FOIA'd, Freedom of Information Act. So what else is this administration discussing on Signal? These idiots are doing this to sidestep Congress. They're doing it so they don't have any record of criminal activity being discussed. They're the worst and mostest stupidest kind of inept buffoons, which is what happens when you let the lowest common denominator, the proverbial bottom of the barrel, the muck that was scraped off the bottom of the barrel, when you give these idiots a job, because that's literally all your pathetic cult of personality can muster. That's what's left over. That's what happens. This is what happens. This is also the kind of loose lips, and I don't mean Lauren Boebert's clown carva hoo-ha, the kind of loose lips bullshit that gets Americans killed. But literally none of that will ever bother Trump or the bootlicking toadies that he scraped off the bottom of the Dollar General plastic bargain bin barrel. I know. That's going rough on Dollar General. Love you, bro. It doesn't matter because Trump hates the military. He hates veterans and he hates the military because he can't fathom a world in which ideals that we espouse, the things that we uphold, aren't beholden to him. Things like loyalty, duty, respect, self-service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Yes, I totally just listed all of the Army Corps values. Those are things that Trump can't demand, that he can't command. That's why Trump keeps putting fucking Ivy League lawyers in charge of the fucking CIA. People who have zero experience with national security or anything close to military experience. Coates had 2 years and Radcliffe 0. I mean, I get it. He hates the military because they remind him of what a fucking piece of shit coward he is and how he sent someone who didn't have daddy's contacts to fight and die in Vietnam in his place. But, you know, this is what you get when you literally put amateurs in charge of the most critical defense positions in the entire fucking world. When you think about how badly they fumbled this one basic thing, it's enraging to know that there are no actual grown-ups around, no actual adults in the room, making sure that they do harder stuff correctly. Because how could they? They fired all of the actual competent people. So what I want to know is, will douche, whatever, be investigating this group for its incompetence? I mean, we just watched MAGA basically jack itself off and skeet into its own mouth over all the government workers fired for allegedly being useless and incompetent. So why aren't these motherfuckers being held to the same standard? Because they're all DEI hires. And before anyone gets outraged at Big Sarge for using that terminology when DEI is a good thing, let me remind you that A, Vance, Hegseth, and Gabbard are veterans. B, veterans or DEI hires, and C, I'm not here to sound like a fucking egghead. I'm here to talk to MAGA on MAGA's basic level of understanding, and I will absolutely weaponize their words against them. I need you to fight like your ancestors because the resistance starts with us. You want to know how you can get involved in the Sons of Liberty resistance movement? We've organized Sons of Liberty chapters by regions and by states all across the country. Please do not ask me in the comment sections if we have a chapter in such and such state or such and such region. You need to get on our Discord because rule number 1 of Sons of Liberty Fight Club is that we don't talk about Sons of Liberty Fight Club. I have this whole ass video on a subject called OPSEC, and unless you want to be like Pete Hegseth, then I suggest that you watch it. Go back to the part where I was talking about Pete Hegseth and I did this number here, and look up in the little corner there and you'll see a little ticker and it says OPSEC video. Click that and watch it. But Sarge, why Discord? I promote the Sons of Liberty Discord server in almost every single video that I do because this is where our fam of liberty is based. That way, conservative social media tech broligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Shadow President Elon Mussolini can't deplatform us on Discord, and they can't mute or censor our content. On our Discord server, you can organize with local fam of liberty. You can learn about practical things such as self-defense courses and firearms instructors who are local to you and who are left-leaning. You can learn more about home defense and security. You can participate in firearms discussions with subject matter experts. And you can learn about growing your own food in your own victory gardens and then canning and jarring and preserving that food, which puts you miles above the idiot MAGA preppers. Speaking of preppers, you can figure out your shit hits the fan contingency plans, build your first aid kits and bug out bags. You can link up with other Fam of Liberty members who can assist you with something like, say, moving to safety if you need to be safe, or going camping with a newly discovered aunt or uncle if you need to go camping. And by camping, I definitely mean not camping. If you're a woman, you already know what I'm talking about. Now, for those of you who don't see our social media posts or videos, even though you follow us, on Discord, you can get all of our updates from our social media, which does make our Discord ping heavy, thanks to the webhooks that we use to integrate our various social media notifications, but you can disable those in the channel appropriately named ping roll. If you're having trouble with Discord, I have a whole ass YouTube tutorial video, look up in there in the corner, about how to use the Sons of Liberty Discord servers. So if you're having trouble with that, start with that video. The link to our Discord is in the throat punch at the end of this video and all of our other videos. The invite link is also in the YouTube video description and in the YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, provided that Etsy doesn't take me down for content violations, for making Make Billionaires Afraid Again shirts or Free Luigi shirts. Which, by the way, those aren't listed in the Etsy store, but I can still order them directly from the printer, so if you want one, you need to figure out how to get a hold of me through the Sons of Liberty email, Sons of Liberty Storefront at gmail.com. Don't use any other email. No other email is valid for reaching out to Big Sarge at Sons of Liberty except Sons of Liberty Storefront at gmail.com, at least until we get our website up and running, at which point I'll have like a Big Sarge at, Sons of Liberty, whatever, website.com or net. Anyway, I've digressed enough. So I put up new merch all the time. I've got like 6 or 7 designs that are about to come up. Since Christmas, I've put up like 43 new designs or variants of designs. There's all kinds of stuff ranging from like Ricky Redneck and Brother Billy Ray, hashtag Not Sorry Not Sorry shirts, Enemy Within shirts, Big Sarge meme shirts where I'm sitting there like knife-handing saying some shit like, but I digress, or I'm a cunning linguist or something else. My Dungeon Daddy shirt that pisses off certain people, that's up there too because fuck that shit. I'm petty. I don't give a fuck. There's like an Oregon Trail Die Mad About It shirt. That's just go look at the store and see. Like the Battletech one that I got something like that, but it's not Battletech because I don't want to get sued for copyright infringement. My Big Sarge Snowflake Tear Collector cup is on there. Some of you are like, where can I get a glass like that? And I'm like, I'll put one up. Anyway, if you like our video content, we have a whole social media presence on like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook video, Instagram videos, and some other places. So you can follow us on all of our other socials to include Blue Sky, and we've got a Twitch and a Reddit, and there's a Threads, Threads, what the fuck is that? Anyway, so yeah, we would appreciate it if you would follow us on all of our socials, whichever ones that you have. The various socials that we have are listed in the throat punch at the end of our videos, which I've mentioned before, and the link tree, which can be found on the TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. On YouTube and TikTok, we would also appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're still on TikTok, then you already know that. Anyway, fuck TikTok for shadow banning us and like muting and censoring our content. That's why I only post like little short snippets of what I'm doing, or maybe like a 5-minute, hey, this is a weekly update kind of thing, or like this is a 1-minute trailer preview of an upcoming video. That's the only reason that I use TikTok, and I still only get like 96 views, even though we got like 50,000 subscribers. Anyway, fuck TikTok. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on whichever social media platform that you find it on. Just go to the relevant platform, look for Sons of Liberty, and share the content because it's probably there already. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comment sections. Why 7 words? Because posting at least 7 words in the comment section is the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content is more meaningful and thought-provoking than just a drive-by LOL or what you said or maybe fucking fire emojis. Anyway, so therefore it should suggest our video and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. Now that algorithm works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on places where you support your favorite content creators. On that note, if you have watched this video all the way to the end and literally nothing in this video that I've ranted about has stirred your mental process or inflamed your faculties to give you a comment that you could leave besides LOL or fire emojis, but you still want to beat the algorithm and leave us a comment, then the phrase, I made it to the end, Big Sarge, is 8 words, so you can go be an overachiever. 2 claps and a Rick. Fire emojis. 1 team, 1 fight. Join or die, fam. Woo!
And now it's time for the throw punch!